Now you should be able to, huh?
Okay, I got you.
D11 Sports presents St. Luke's Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
Terrific doubleheader on tap here from Martz Hall, Pottsville Area High School, where the Schuylkill League postseason will journey onward into the semifinals with a doubleheader tonight. District 11 Sports with all the action for you, and that is, of course, compliments of our friends at St. Luke's Sports Medicine, bringing you our Game of the Week here on D11Sports.com. We welcome here to Pottsville. I'm Matt Province, and I'm joined by the coach, the former player, the official, and the Crean Fritz. Crean, it's a pleasure to work with you, and I know that you know these teams. You know this level of basketball, so you know that when the stakes are as high as the semifinal, both teams have to be on their A game to advance.
Absolutely, and what a wonderful place to be in this cold February day. But yeah, both coaches know, they're very familiar with each other, very storied programs, very successful programs over the years. So, and they've been here before, and they know what to expect. And I'm looking forward to a good game.
Yeah, really, two of them. And it starts with North Schuylkill in the first game. This is a team that had an excellent year outside of its games against the rival Jim Thorpe, who we'll see in the nightcap. So you look at Marian Catholic, smaller school. They have obviously played very well to get to this point, but it's going to take a great effort. What do they need to do to really compete and make a statement here and try to beat the Lady Spartans?
Well, the head coach, Damian Fritz, in his first season, I think has done a wonderful job, and he has a good recipe for success, obviously winning the division and getting his team to this position. And he's got to slow down North Schuylkill and their run game. They're going to, if you make mistakes, they're going to be up the court before you know it, and they're going to be scoring on you. So they got to limit their turnovers and try to slow the pace as much as they can, because North Schuylkill is an up-tempo team.
Yeah, and they both got pretty good shooters. Talking to both coaches, they're very confident with their ability, if they get hot, to shoot from downtown.
Yeah, and this is sometimes a tough gym, quite different, obviously, the surroundings and the depth perception with the way the baskets are situated in the walls and it being sunk down in here. And sometimes, students will struggle, being able to hit that long ball.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. It's going to be optimum, really, for both teams, especially Marian Catholic early on to find their footing against a very good North Schuylkill team that comes in 19-3 overall, 12-2. They finished second behind Jim Thorpe in Division I. Marian Catholic 18-4, 12-1. So a very good year as well. Both teams have already qualified for District 11 playoffs coming up here in just a bit. We will step aside. And when we get back, we have our tag team of D11Sports.com sideline students. Casey Wallace, Jacob Parker will fill you in, and that'll be up right after timeout. Keep it here to our doubleheader Game of the Week on D11Sports.com, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
St. Luke's knows that trust is the foundation of all relationships. It's earned over time. It's the type of relationship you should have with your healthcare team. While our healthcare needs are different, one thing is constant. St. Luke's is focused on building a lasting relationship with you, earning your trust and putting your well-being first. When it comes to great healthcare, trust is essential. St. Luke's, the care you trust, now more than ever.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
At St. Luke's Orthopedic Care, you can trust us with your hands, feet, shoulders, hips, and knees. Because healthy bones and joints mean you can do more. You can trust us to recommend the right approach to care, including joint-sparing treatments and therapies. And when surgery is the only choice, we offer options to help you heal faster, including technology-assisted joint replacements and muscle-sparing hip surgery. St. Luke's, the orthopedic care you trust, now more than ever. St. Luke's knows that trust is the foundation of all relationships. It's earned over time. It's the type of relationship you should have with your healthcare team. While our healthcare needs are different, one thing is constant. St. Luke's is focused on building a lasting relationship with you, earning your trust and putting your well-being first. When it comes to great healthcare, trust is essential. St. Luke's, the care you trust, now more than ever.
Matt Province back with you here as we are at Martz Hall. What a lovely facility. I know the coach talked about how great it is to play and coach here as well. An awesome arena for these high schoolers to play in the semifinals in the Schuylkill League. And it's always good to get the info not only from us, we talk to the coaches as well, but with D11sports.com we have not only one, but a pair of student reporters who also met with both coaches and gets their thoughts on what's going to have to happen here for either team to be successful. So without further ado, let's send it over to our student reporters, Casey Wallace from Lehighton and Jacob Parker from Weatherly.
So what are the key for Marian in this game?
Well, the keys for Marian in this game are going to be to take care of the ball offensively and control the tempo. And they also want to limit the three-point shots taken by North Schuylkill. And they also want to take advantage of the three-point shots that they're going to be able to take this game.
How about North Schuylkill? What's the key for them?
Yeah, North Schuylkill is the same as Marian. They want to take advantage of those three-point shots and take their three-point shots as they can. And they also want to control the tempo of the ball offensively, just like Marian. Should be an interesting game tonight.
Back to you.
Much thanks to our student reporters, of course, Casey Wallace of Lehighton, Jacob Parker from Weatherly. And if you're a student from any District 11 school and are interested in broadcasting, journalism, or photography, check out D11sports.com. Follow your dream and get close to the action as you take part in our student internship program. For more information, contact your athletic director or reach out to Al or Dave at D11sports.com. All right, Matt Province back with Kareen Fritz. Kareen, you've been in the coaching realm as well. You're 2 minutes and 30 seconds away from playing in a semifinal, a chance to play in your league championship game on Friday if you're successful. What's kind of the mind of a coach at this point?
You just got to play to win. You're not even thinking about that game on Friday. Not at all. You just have to play. You got quality competition here, and you're just hoping that your players can go out and execute the game plan. You've practiced, you've worked hard all season to get yourselves in this position, and there's just something about winning a Schuylkill League championship that's very, very special in this particular area, in the Schuylkill League.
And it's so impressive from North Schuylkill's perspective. Here is a team that owns 16 titles. They've won back-to-back. They've had some great runs, including 7 in a row in the early 90s. But I thought Coach Wetzel said something pretty important to us when we were talking with him briefly before the game, how important the first 4 minutes are going to be.
Yeah, Coach Fritz did make that a point that it's going to set the tone for the game. And, you know, you don't want to get down 12-2 at the end of the first quarter and be battling and try to battle back and get yourself back in the game. So that's an important thing, you know, and you want to come out firing all cylinders and hopefully, you know, settle in, let your girls settle in, because I'm sure they're going to be nervous. You know, you're coming off a COVID year where we didn't have students here. We have some nice students rolling in for each teams, and it's going to get loud. It's going to be exciting for the girls to play in.
No doubt about it. And there's always a growing animosity, too. You know, the parents behind you, us at press row. I mean, we're ready for some basketball here. You know, there's the build-up. Well, you'd have the national anthem and the starting lineups, but so much is at stake. And when you're a team like Marian Catholic, this is a team that is trying to get that elusive championship at the Schuylkill League level. It's a team that comes in hot, having won 3 in a row, and at one point they had won 10 in a row before a loss to South Williamsport back on February 5th. So even though you look at the two teams, the track records and the records, you kind of throw that out because if nothing else, the Phillies come in here pretty hot.
Yeah, they do. And, you know, I think that Coach Fritz created some enthusiasm. You know, we have legendary Paul Bruto did amazing, and he won a lot of championships over the years, you know, coaching for for 30 plus years and had a lot of good players come through. And Coach Fritz taking over the program does create, a new recipe, maybe create some enthusiasm. And he really had a lot of confidence in this team coming in, and they're really peaking at the right time.
Yeah, and no relation, by the way.
No.
and you've been at the helm. You know how important the basketball program is at North Schuylkill, having been there from '99 to 2002. So you're part of that rich tradition, and I know that has not really wavered since you've been gone.
No, it hasn't, and it has a lot to do with Rich Wetzel. He's a North Schuylkill graduate as well. He's a 1,000-point scorer. His family, they bleed red and blue. So the Wetzel family, it's deep.
Well, both teams now have come out here, as you can see on our screen, and we will step aside for a moment. We'll carry the national anthem. We'll get up and get set for basketball as we listen in again to our national anthem here at Martz Hall at Pottsville Area High School. Outstanding rendition of the national anthem performed here as they had one of their students perform for us. A lot of fist pumping going on. Great job as we are getting set for game one of our doubleheader semifinal. Matt Province, Kareem Fritz with you here. And in a moment, we're going to get to the starting lineups brought to you by our friends at DM2 Security. DM2 Security is a locally owned and operated security company presently serving most of Pennsylvania. They provide all phases of security services for your home and business. They offer free estimates and have very competitive pricing and superior customer service. Let DM2 Security start protecting you today. Check them out on the web at dm2security.com. It's a small price to pay for your peace of mind. And with the starting lineups, they are going through and getting us the Marian Catholic Phillies starting lineup. They just announced Carly Minshov. She comes in averaging 9.5 points per game. That leads the team in a balanced attack. She's only a sophomore, and it's a group that can really shoot and score balancedly.
There's going to be also number 12. She's a 6-foot junior, Fatika Titova. She's coming in shooting 42% from the field, and she's also averaging 11 rebounds per game. So she's going to have a big she's going to do her work on the boards. Number 14, 5'4", Ashley Pleben. She's a junior. Number 20, Frankie Martinelli, 5'7", sophomore. And rounding out the starting lineup is going to be number 32, Kerrigan Degris for the Marian Catholic girls.
Interesting, too, right? 5 starters, all of them averaging between 9.5 and 7.3 per game, kind of rare. They get most of the scoring, as we talked about earlier, 90% of the scoring from their starters. And with that, let's take a look now at the starting lineup for the Lady Spartans. I'm going to talk about a senior, Caitlin Himes, who's third on the team with 11.5 points per game. I say that because the other 4 starters are all just juniors and are also very capable scorers as well.
Absolutely. And also in the starting lineup, we have a junior, Savannah Gorillik, number 12. She's 5'9", averaging 8.9 per games. Number 13, Cameron Mengel. She's another junior, 5'8". She's a 1,000-point scorer already. She has 1,142 points, averaging 15 a game. And number 15, Maddie Wetzel. She's a junior, 5'8", averaging 15.5 points per game. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Lady Spartans, number 21, Maddie Hall. She's a 5'5" junior as well, and she's chipping in with 3.7 points per game.
All right, getting ready for showtime here from Martz Hall. First of our two games here for you on D11sports.com. You're the coach. You've been around the sidelines. You understand. So real quickly, I guess the keys to the game, if you want to take us through what's important for both squads here in this first game.
Yeah, absolutely. They got to dictate the tempo. North Schuylkill's going to look to push, and with that, North Schuylkill's going to really put their defense and look for that transition offense, and they're also going to look to score off that pressure defense. So it's really important for Marian Catholic to be able to handle that pressure early on.
All right, getting set here as Titova will jump it off for Marian Catholic. Meanwhile, the other way, it's Gorillic, and it will be the Phillies wearing the white ensemble going on offense first here from Martz Hall tonight, game one of our Schuylkill League semifinals. Again for Marian Catholic, as they lost the handle on the ball, it's loose and a tie-up, so the possession arrow will go right to North Schuylkill. And again, it's about that pressure, right? That is one thing that Rich Wetzel says. If they're going to beat us, they're going to do so getting through pressure upon pressure for 32 minutes.
Right, and you look at that, and it's a jump ball. But in my book, that's kind of like a turnover because you didn't even get a shot off.
And that's what they want to do, is limit the opportunities from this Phillies offense. Good ball reversal as they work down low. Hard drive, it's blocked, and then the putback doesn't matter. It's a jump ball on the defense. I believe it was Gorillic who rejected the shot initially.
Yeah, Cameron Mangle, that's what she does really well. She drives to the basket, and there she's going to continually put the pressure off the dribble in, and that was good defense.
Tiktova was the one who made the stop, and she's just overshot there, and here is Mangle coming down with the basketball. To the corner, they love their corner threes. Good penetration after the hard closeout, and the ball is eventually turned over, so neither team really has gotten up a clean shot yet as the pace has been frantic early on.
As expected, and there's a three from the left corner.
That's about as good as you're going to get in terms of a look without being really forced into shooting, but Minchoff just a little bit deep and a little bit off the mark. And you talked about the visibility, the sight lines in an arena, a little bit different than a gymnasium.
Absolutely, and like until they take a few shots and get in game mode, they'll start knocking them down.
And another turnover. So a bit of an unforced turnover there, and that's one thing that Coach Fritz says that they can ill afford, is to turn the ball over and let the North Schuylkill Lady Spartans dictate the tempo tonight.
They have their zone extended out. Marian Catholic trying to cover that three-point line.
They love their corner threes again. They can't quite get it out. Good job on the closeout by Minchoff. They're very aware of that shot. Nowhere to go for Himes. And nearly another turnover. It is taken away. No, it's back to Mengel, so a save there. But again, neither team has been able to penetrate into the paint successfully. Mengel kicks to the baseline. In and out, no good. And then an offensive rebound. Hall fighting for the board and keeps possession there for North Schuylkill.
Yeah, it's good hustle by Hall to keep that ball alive and keep it in possession of North Schuylkill.
You know, one thing I thought was interesting is Coach Fritz said that they play so much zone, and part of the reason they play so much zone was a commitment for teams like this and a situation like this, a North Schuylkill team in a postseason game, and here he is tonight with that. And it's turned over. The defense suffocating both ways. Plebin comes away with the ball. Still scoreless early on. Both teams trying to feel each other out here. There's going to be a lot of pressuring the basketball.
Kind of a mirror image with them both playing zones on both sides of the floor here.
Ball's kicked. Fortunately for the Phillies, Minchoff was there to come away with it. Nothing for Martinelli, and it's turned over. Without numbers, Mengel goes all the way down into the paint, puts it up, it's no good. And then a scrum for the loose ball. It is off Wetzel. It'll be Phillies basketball. And now, a little bit more full court pressure here as they take the ball out from the baseline.
Yeah, they're really extended up three-quarters court here. That middle's open. They're making a good job getting the ball to the middle. That's the soft part of that zone.
And they break. Here's a scoop. It's no good. Shot from Martinelli, who comes in averaging 9.3 per game. And another missed opportunity. Ball goes back to the Lady Spartans.
And Marian they're extending their three-quarter court, full court zone defense as well. Slowing the pace down, forcing North Schuylkill to take and control the pace.
Here's a look from downtown. It's Hall. It's no good. And there is the height of Titkova, who's averaging 13 boards per game. Very nice as a coach to have a luxury of somebody who can control the defensive glass.
Absolutely, and especially on the bottom of that zone, they're real long inside for rebounding.
Digris puts up the three. That's no good. And a rebound for Mengel. She's been very busy early on. Comes in averaging 5 boards per game. Now a 3-ball. That's off the mark. Himes, no good. But a save under the basket, and the scoop is up and in. First points of the game belong to Maddie Wetzel and the Lady Spartans. And an answer. Nothing but net. Smooth jumper there. That is Minchoff. So it took one to go. Now both teams finding some rhythm. A long three. Off the heel. And still nothing doing. Tracked down in the corner by Himes. She's cut off on the baseline. Terrific defense. Good feet there. And that again was Titkova. And Titkova has played very well in the paint so far on defense.
Yeah, they're causing some problems down underneath. And off the bench is Olivia Burke with the first substitution for the Lady Spartans.
Only a sophomore as Burke averaged 6 points per game this season. They have pretty good depth. You see Haley Koch as well come off the bench.
Marian doing a nice job beating that press.
3-ball is up and short. Plebin, but another chance on the offensive rebound, and Minchoff couldn't get it to go, and now it's the Spartans looking to run. A Euro step in the lane and a finish. Great job there. That's Olivia Burke off the bench and through the twine.
It's a nice spark coming off the bench to get a quick bucket for the Lady Spartans.
Minchoff the other way, up top. Titkova can't get it to go, but they'll keep possession as the ball was knocked out of bounds. It's off the Spartans. And a 30-second timeout called for by the Phillies. So a lot of action, not a lot of scoring, but you feel like this game could start to burst here soon because both teams are getting some opportunities in transition.
Yeah, a lot of turnovers, though. Too many turnovers. I'm sure both coaches are going to be talking about that in this timeout as well.
It's a nice finish there. We get to replay Burke with a little Euro step there. And so a timeout on the floor, good chance for us to allow you the knowledge about St. Luke's as the region's largest sports medicine provider, covering more than 200,000 student enrollment and 40,000 student athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, covering 8 counties and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care.
All right, North Schuylkill Marian Catholic inbounding the ball out of that timeout.
Nice cut. Finish was short.
Hey, the Marian's getting great shots. They're getting good looks. They're just not falling right now.
Yeah, I felt early on they weren't getting anything going, but last couple of possessions they've been able to work around. They've been a little bit more cool, a little bit more confident. That one out of bounds, and it is off of the Phillies, I believe. It is. It will stay with the Lady Spartans.
One thing about Marian, they're very long, so when they contest that outside shot, they get a handoff, which might have a thing, it might have an impact on that three-point look that North Schuylkill wants to really look to shoot from that outside all the time.
It's a great season for the Lady Spartans, 19-3 after starting 1-1. As that shot is no good, and a fight for the rebound. Look at the work underneath by Mengel. She's got a motor on her. Up top of 3. Gorilla can't get it to go. Another chance, a putback, and one. Count the basket. Great work underneath. This time it's Maddie Wetzel.
That was great team effort. There's a lot of people touching that ball there, and those girls with a solid extra effort off of that three-point shot, up and in by Maddie Wetzel.
Yeah, that's got to kill Coach Fritz. The second opportunities from a team that can really light it up. And it's a three-point play for Maddie Wetzel. So she's got 3. On the move, the scoop was no good for Titkova. That putback is no good, and now a long rebound. Outrunning is Himes. Yeah, you really feel like the Phillies need one of those to go because they've
Yeah.
had some open looks downtown.
Absolutely. 7-2, and there is a number of 3 or 4 good looks that they have, and it's just not dropping for them right now.
Coach Fritz said withstand the first 4 minutes. They did that, but now trying to find some more scoring has been the issue. Here's Mango on the move, splitting through. Shot partially blocked. That's Titkova again, and she has been dominant in the paint defensively. Here's a shot. It's Diggers from downtown. Bullseye!
That's what we're talking about. It's only a matter of time.
Kerrigan Diggers, her 32nd three of the year. The answer is short, and it's another rebound for Titkova. Get it back to her again. This time she's within the perimeter, so she'll back it out and they'll start the offense. Big shot, though. They needed it.
Yeah, absolutely. And they actually remind me of each other a lot in the fact of how they like to shoot the three, get up, and they're not afraid to really pull the trigger in transition from anywhere.
And another finish. That is Mangle, who's used that Euro step a couple of times. She's got 4.
Yeah, and I probably have to say that 800 of those over 1,000 points she has come from that move alone.
Hey, if the shoe fits, right?
Yeah.
They set up another three-point opportunity. That one just off the mark. Looked good out of the hands of Digris, who knocked one down a moment ago. In transition, Burke. She'll try the lane. Through contact, able to finish.
Yeah, there was a lot of contact there, but she was able to compose herself and knock that down.
How about her play off the bench? And a spark plug. Now it's the other way. Nunez, a little pull-up. That's no good, but an offensive rebound. And a miss from short blank range. Tough miss there. Titkova couldn't get it to go. And again, the Lady Spartans running this time with an offensive foul called against Gorillik.
Yeah, Marian did a real nice job establishing legal guarding position there, and that was a pretty easy call. That's a pretty black and white call by Joe Gerchak. 46 years of experience on the floor right there.
I got the resume from Kareem before the game, and she, first of all, it's like you walk through here, everybody's like, hey, Kareem, everyone's pulling you over, including the officials.
Well, I worked with all 3 of these guys, so they're good guys to work with, and they have a lot of experience on the floor, and they do a good job, and they have a passion for the game and student athletes.
I want to know if they've ever been on the other side of maybe a call you didn't think was made properly. We forget about those, don't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice look down low and a rejection. Titkova missed the bunny on the other side of the floor, and that was actually not Titkova. That was Alicia Nunez who threw the shot.
Yeah, she got up. I timed that perfectly and make it a clean block.
How about that? You lose Titkova to get a breather, and then Nunez comes in and patrols the paint.
Good ball movement by the Lady Spartans.
They have not allowed them that corner three.
Oh,
that's a beautiful look, and Mangle
great
on the
cut by Cameron. Yes, great cut by Mangle.
I tell you what, they moved the ball incredibly well that possession. That's the type of stuff that might lead to some points you'd hope later on if you're Coach Wetzel. 18 seconds to go, first quarter action, a 6-point game.
North Schuylkill extending that zone defense out, making them really step far behind. That's a long 3 from out top.
That was Plebin from way downtown. 3 seconds left. Nice look down low. Before the buzzer, it's up and no good. Can you believe that? It rimmed out for Burke. Tough break for Olivia Burke, the sophomore. So they get 4 from Burke off the bench, 4 from Mangle, and after 1 quarter of play, 11-5. We'll step aside and be back with more action on D11Sports.com. Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
Joints mean you can do more. You can trust us to recommend the right approach to care, including technology-assisted joint replacements and muscle-sparing hip surgery. St. Luke's, the orthopedic care you trust, now more than ever.
Matt Province, Kareen Fritz back with you here from Martz Hall. North Schuylkill has the basketball on the lead of 6. Another offensive rebound. Put back no good. And eventually it's pulled away by Martinelli, who wants to run. Look ahead to Digris. Composes herself. Maybe gets away with the walk, but puts it in.
Yeah, I think she got away with one there.
She's got 5 of the 7 Phillies points, a 4-point game. Here's a 3-ball. Himes knocks it down. Caitlin Himes from the wing.
Yeah, that's her shot. That's her spot. She catches it in rhythm, and she's not afraid to shoot that. And she's making 49. That'll be her 50th three-pointer on the season. And if she comes in shooting 42% from that spot. But great look, great open shot. Nothing but net.
Did you see it? They got a little too aggressive on the closeout. They've been doing a good job of containing the closeout on the corner and the ball reversal. That time, the flyby left the open 3, and Himes made him pay. First basket for Caitlin Himes, the senior. The only senior on this team that had winning streaks of 9, twice, had 9-game winning streaks snapped by Jim Thorpe. I mentioned they started 1-1. If it wasn't for Jim Thorpe, they would have finished the season with 18 consecutive wins.
Yeah, how about it? Yeah, absolutely.
And as the old saying goes, aside from that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? It's tough to play Jim Thorpe. You got to beat him.
Yeah, it's true.
7-point game, just underway, second quarter action. Marian Catholic, after a terrific year, 12-1 in Division III. Now they're playing with both Nunez and Titkova, who have given them terrific defense. Philly's trying to find some offense here. Titkova puts it to the floor. Can't finish, but a long rebound. Digris has been everywhere here early on. And then stripped away. Look at the feisty play of Mengel. They run 2-on-2. Ahead, get an offensive foul. No, count the basket. So Gorilla took it hard to the rack, some contact, finished through it, and has a chance at a 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, and that's what North Schuylkill likes to do. They like to get out and run, and they're gonna, even if they think you're in position, they're still gonna go at you. And that was a call that she maybe wasn't. She slid over at the last second there, and she was able to put it up and in and get that 3-point play. Potentially. Let's see what happens here.
Chance to make it a 10-point game. She does. She's been just a 46% free throw shooter, but she connects there, her first 3 points, and this is the game's biggest lead. It's 10. Phillies fans getting a little anxious. Wanted the 5-on-4 advantage. Titkova able to knock it down.
She has a real nice shot. Real nice release up tall, like high. Real nice look inside.
42% shooter who came in averaging 9.3 points per game, just a junior. And a steal at a big time. And another opportunity for the Phillies. Here's Martinelli. Stolen away, and again it is Mengel. How about the first half for Caitlin? Mengel finds Himes, and it's rejected. A two-handed spike that time by Titkova.
Yeah, she's having a heck of a game defensively. Heck of a game inside defensively.
Got a replay here, or that was just Titkova who threw the shot. But I will say this, Mengel has done such a good job on both ends, but she's the Energizer Bunny. She doesn't stop.
Yeah, she's very good. And she does create a lot of offense off of her defense for the Lady Spartans, that's for sure.
8-point game. Here's Plebin. Your Coach Fritz wants a little bit more action out of that offense. Digris will try it again. This one's going to be in and out. And a rebound for Gorillik. And another rejection, and another! Holy Toledo, what a defensive effort by Titkova. Out for a 3-ball, short, but another offensive rebound. So try it again. No good, and Titkova snatches down the rebound. She has been a force.
Yes, she certainly has.
And that 3 off the mark. It'll stay with the Phillies.
And Coach Wetzel in the pregame, he said, that Marian is they shoot something like 33-pointers a game, and they really do. They really look from the outside a lot for that 3-point shot.
Martinelli will try it off the bounce. No good. And inability to save it there. Martinelli during the course of the year has knocked down 16 three-pointers, good for 28%. Yeah, 383 three-point field goals attempted this season. That is 92 more than the opposition. Another offensive rebound, a strong finish, and Gorilik starting to get busy now, has 5 second-quarter points. And they've done a great job on the offensive glass.
Yeah, they're getting that second opportunities, and I'm sure Coach Fritz is not happy about that.
Martinelli gets swatted from behind. The putback, though, is good. Following the play was Plebin.
North Schuylkill looking to push, and there's that corner three they're looking for.
Titkova
And another turnover.
anticipated, and then who else is there but Mengel?
Sure. In the right place at the right time. And sometimes good players always find themselves in that position, don't you think?
And how important as a coach to have a scrappy player? And not all teams have that scrappy player. She's scrappy.
She sure is.
Here's Martinelli. Titkova.
Oh,
All
nice
right,
move.
very patient.
Very patient. Nice spin move. Get a little head fake and a good finish.
And remember, Coach, it was a 10-point game. They've cut it to 6 now with back-to-back field goals. Not going away. So wants a little bit more action here as a deep three. No good. And the rebound controlled by Nunez. And Nunez has been a lot of effort off the bench, providing some good energy.
And size-wise, rebounding. If they're going to take those long threes, they have to rebound the ball. And Marian has to execute down on this offensive end, being down 6.
Hey, a Philly chance now for a run. They scored the last 2 field goals. And they're being very patient. Titkova has had the great defensive stats here in the first half. She's been busy now with 4 points in the second quarter. That 3-ball no good, Martinelli, and it was an offensive rebound by Nunez just on cue. She has been a lot of energy off the bench. And she'll stay out there as Martinelli takes a breather and Sophia Lombardo checks in for the first time. Lombardo just a sophomore. Again, they don't get a lot of scoring off the bench, but we've seen some energy, some effort off the bench. Titkova, maybe out of the range.
She's posting up hard inside. They don't really look to get her the ball inside much. There was an attempt there. But again, hustle play to knock it out and save a potential bucket by Mengel there.
Well, Gorilik gives up about 3 inches in height, but she also has that basketball IQ. She's put herself in good position. She's using her body and not really allowing her to post up. At least not effectively, at least not open to get the pass. Maddie Hall will check in, giving Himes a breather. Himes leaves with 3 points, coming off a 3-point shot earlier this quarter. Titkova from deep, short. That's not necessarily her shot, 1 of 18 this season from downtown. And I think Coach Fritz, word for word, used the verbiage I said a moment ago. Why? 1 for 18. He knows his stats. I'll give him that. Second foul. I believe they said that was on Digris. Is that right?
Plebin.
Oh, Plebin, sorry.
I believe. Mengel misses the front end of a 2-shot foul.
She's been a good free throw shooter
She
at
has.
76%.
Yeah. Very solid, and she does find herself getting to the foul line a lot. 87 attempts on the season.
So 1 of 2. She's got 5 points, and the lead is back to 7. Minchoff kept it alive. Gave a little too much credit to Nunez in the second quarter. Minchoff had the really big play down on defense, a couple of them in a row. She's obviously one of their starters, one of their better players. And now here is a 3 ball that's just off the mark, but an offensive rebound by Digris. And great job on the floor. That is Mangle again, keeping it alive. And Gorillick able to finish. How about Mangle getting that basketball and finding the transition?
Absolutely, and a nice kiss off the glass, a nice pull-up jump shot. As if she continued through to the basket, it was probably going to be an offensive charge. So she did a nice job pulling up and using the glass to get the Spartans 2 points.
7 second quarter points for Savannah Gorillick, who came in averaging 8.9 per game. Digris had a 3 earlier. Now up top, off the mark, and Titkova was held going for an offensive rebound. The foul is going to go against the Lady Spartans, and it will be against Gorillick.
Not a whole lot of fouls being called. It's 4-2. Marian has 4, North Schuylkill 2. And we have 1:05 to go in the second quarter here.
Yeah, I like that, right?
Yeah.
Let them play, a lot of flow to the
absolutely.
game. Very good pace.
And the fact that there's 3 officials with 6 eyes, that's actually very good.
Yeah, you figure there's one extra whistle out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Digris on the move, got cut off. They have not allowed Digris much room on the 3-point line, running her off ever since she buried her last opportunity. So this is Plebin who will take it, no good. And a rebound by Koch, who's come into the game for the Lady Spartans. And look, again, they look to run. Oh, great
that's a beautiful move.
And a fine finish. Mangle is having one heck of a day.
Yeah, she's really good with her right and left hand. That was a nice head fake and 2 dribbles and up with that left hand.
5 unanswered points now for the Lady Spartans, who are up by a game-high 11. Here's Martinelli off the mark. Digris fighting for the rebound, keeping it alive and giving the Phillies one more possession with 3.1 on the clock. For the buzzer, a foul on the 3-point shot. That's going to send Carly Minchoff to the line with .2 to go.
Yeah, Coach Wetzel just put his hands on his head. He wasn't too happy about that play by Maddie Hall to make an attempt to block the shot. He's saying it was a 2. It's only 2. She wasn't in, or she wasn't out behind that 3-point line. I don't know. We have the replay. We'll tell you for sure.
Regardless, what a gift, right? It wasn't a good look. A lot of traffic up top. And Minchoff, who's a 61% free throw shooter, has a chance to make it single digits. There's the first. Carly Minchoff now with 3. One of 2. And so we will end it at a 10-point margin here after the end of our first half from Martz Hall. Game 1 of our Schuylkill League doubleheader, semifinal action for you. We'll have a lot to talk about during the halftime break, but we're going to step aside and be right back on D11Sports.com. It's the game of the week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. But before we go, let's see, we may have the interview is now lined up. He's got Coach Wetzel in his grasps, and Jacob, take it away.
I mean, that's where we want to be at. Offensively, we're just missing too many easy shots. I mean, second half, we'll be fine. Defensively, at 14, I mean, that's the number you want.
All right. Thank you for your time. Back to you.
That is Jacob Parker out of Weatherly, one of our D11Sports.com student reporters. Now we'll step aside. We'll get back. We'll talk more about this one. Could be a good finish here. The Phillies have played tight. They have not got the ball through the twine as much as they'd like, but against a very powerful North Schuylkill Lady Spartans team, down 10. 24-14 at the half. We're back for more here from Martz Hall on D11Sports.com.
At St. Luke's Orthopedic Care, you can trust us with your hands, feet, shoulders, hips, and knees. Because healthy bones and joints mean you can do more. You can trust us to recommend the right approach to care, including joint-sparing treatments and therapies. And when surgery is the only choice, we offer options to help you heal faster, including technology-assisted joint replacements and muscle-sparing hip surgery. St. Luke's, the orthopedic care you trust, now more than ever.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
It's the D11Sports.com game for the week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. We have two of them tonight, our Schuylkill League semifinals. Girls basketball action right now at the half. North Schuylkill a 24-14 lead over Marian Catholic. And we do want to thank one of our new sponsors here tonight, DM2 Security, which is a locally owned and operated security company presenting most of Pennsylvania with its services. They provide all phases of security services for your home and business. They offer free estimates and have very competitive pricing and superior customer service. Let DM2 Security start protecting you today. Check them out on the web at dm2security.com. It's a small price to pay for your peace of mind. All right, Matt Province, Kareen Fitzmatt with you. And Kareen, you look at the game, and we kind of thought North Schuylkill, would have to impose its will early if they wanted to make this kind of a game that would go away from them. Meanwhile, Marian Catholic had to stay tight early on with the propensity of the Lady Spartans to roll. And I think for the most part, Marian Catholic did a pretty good job. They just needed to get a few more shots to go down. Yeah,
like we had mentioned in the first half, they were getting some good looks. And I think if they just continue and even try to get the ball inside a little bit more, not live and die by that 3-point, I think they could take advantage if they look to go inside a little bit in the second half. Coach Wetzel had mentioned to our student reporter that he was really happy with his defensive effort. 14 points. My mantra when I coached, we wanted 10 points or less per quarter. So I would have been happy with 20 or less. They're holding at 14. North Schuylkill doing a good job defensively and, looking to run. And defensively, making offense or turning their defense into offensive possessions, and they're scoring off that. And that's really the difference in the game, that 10-point difference.
I will say this about the Lady Spartans, and of course I'd love to have your feedback, your commentary as a former player at the collegiate level and of course a coach, but we heard about the threes and how North Schuylkill would hit the corner three and they could really burn you from downtown. It wasn't there early. They have gotten a lot of points looking inside off dives, off of probing into the paint and dishing. To me, they have made an unbelievable adjustment. Offense
going to do her damage basically inside the paint and off the dribble. And looking at North Schuylkill scoring, they have 5 different. Somebody else is going to step up and fill that gap.
Yeah, and of the 4 scorers, 4 of them had multiple field goals. So it's, again, it's balanced. People are getting involved. They're moving it around. They're not just giving it to one person. Hey, you've got to make this happen for us because we can burn you. And if it's not necessarily Wetzel and her 15.5 points per game, she's only had 3, though she's played heck of a defense. They've got 7 from Mangle, who's been a spark plug. They've had all kinds of action from Gorillik in the second quarter alone. She had all 7 of her points in that 8-minute span. So just so many different players who can burn you.
Yeah, and even with, you look at Marian, they only played 6 players, but they do have, they have 4 different people in the scoring column too. So, they're when I look at these two teams, I think they're very evenly matched in a lot of ways. And they're very similar in the fact that they like to shoot that 3. And it's just a matter of, in the second half here, 3 points goes a long way. If you start knocking down a few threes, trading 3s for 2s, it could turn into a whole different ball game here.
Yeah, and it's not as though they're down by some insurmountable amount.
Exactly.
And because both teams did a good job forcing some turnovers and getting into transition, you get a little run going, and all of a sudden that lead could be single digits again. It won't take much.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we'll step aside a final time. Second half action from Mart's Hall on D11 Sports. It's the Games of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
St. Luke's knows that trust is the foundation of all relationships. It's earned over time. It's the type of relationship you should have with your healthcare team. While our healthcare needs are different, one thing is constant. St. Luke's is focused on building a lasting relationship with you, earning your trust and putting your well-being first. When it comes to great healthcare, trust is essential. St. Luke's, the care you trust, now more than ever.
Back to Mart's Hall, getting set for the second half action of our first of 2 games here in the semifinals for the Schuylkill League postseason. Matt Province, Corinne Fritz with you. And also special thanks to Steve Toth. Steve Toth and Pottsville for hosting us here at the semifinals, not only on the girls' side but the boys' side all week long. Couldn't be more thankful to Steve Toth and his crew. So I want to get that out there before we lose sight with the exciting finish we have here, hopefully coming down the pipe between North Schuylkill and Marian Catholic. And it'll be interesting, Coach, to see if they really change much defensively. They haven't really needed to. It's been a low-scoring game for the most part. Good leave on the penetration, but the shot no good. And the first rebound in the second half belongs to Ashley Plebin. Plebin averaged 4 of those a game, along with 9 points in her
North
junior
Schuylkill
campaign.
really extending that defense out and forcing them to play much further away from the basket than even to get an attempt or even a close attempt.
And I thought, too, in the first half that there was a little shakiness bringing the ball up and getting into the offense on that half of the floor for the Phillies, and perhaps that's one thing Wetzel's going to take advantage of, is turnover here right off the bat. Contested jumper. And a very quick shot in the set. The rebound to Titkova, who's had about 10 rebounds and maybe 6 or 7 blocks. And we still have a whole 2 quarters yet to play here. Now on the offensive side, we'll be a little short, but an offensive rebound. The putback is no good for Minchoff. Fights for it again, a tie-up. And it will stay with the Phillies, and Minchoff a little upset with herself. You can see from the body language missing that one there.
Yeah, and as an athlete, you get frustrated with yourself when you miss those little peepers all the time like that. But I'm sure she'll rebound here.
Takes an angry approach and gets blocked from behind. Terrific defense. That was Gorillik. She's been terrific. How about that? Threading the needle, and the basket is good. Up off the window. It's Maddie Hall, but the pass couldn't have been better.
The pass was beautiful. And finished through some contact there, too.
First field goal for Hall.
There's a nice kick out, and there's an open three.
Knocked down. It's Plebin.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. You know, it's gonna, if they could trade possessions here, they got to get a stop here in North Schuylkill, and they'll find themselves in quite a game.
5 points for Plebin. Now that shot was altered by the double team of Martinelli and Titkova. Here's a 3 ball. It's off the mark. That would have the Phillies crowd going crazy, but the putback works. It's Titkova. She's got 6. And just like that, it's a 7-point game again, Coach.
Yeah, good rebounding, great position inside to take advantage of that offensive rebounding.
Phillies look to have a little chip on their shoulder here in the third quarter. That's no good. Several one-and-done opportunities for the Lady Spartans, and it's another rebound from Minchoff. Minchoff catches, fires, no good. Titkova, the rebound. Didn't set herself fully and missed the shot, but again, she has another rebound. She's been so active off the boards. Good look into the paint.
Beautiful ball movement. Beautiful ball movement. 4 different players touched that ball that time.
Yeah, that's a better shot. You know, I thought they pulled up and took some long jumpers early here in the quarter. That time they worked it in.
Agreed. I'm sure Coach Wetzel is much happier with that possession.
Minchoff fires from downtown. No good. And off and running come the Lady Spartans. It's Gorillick. Oh, that shot blocked. And the Phillies come away with it. Martinelli the rejection. Now Digris 1-on-2. Ran out of real estate and lost the ball, but the Phillies will hang on to possession. Olivia Burke was a spark in the first half off the bench. Will come in here, give Maddie Hall a breather. And a 30-second timeout for Coach Fritz.
So I'm hoping Coach Fritz right here is probably looking to, and here's the replay. Great look inside. Great look inside.
And it wasn't, Wetzel showed that knack, because she spun it up off the glass. If she goes right to the basket, that shot's rejected. She had to go over. I think it was Titkova's hand who came over. And, Titkova's already had 7-8 blocks already. So a real patient, strong finish by Wetzel that time.
Yeah, that's a kid that's been playing basketball for a long time. She has a really high basketball IQ to be able to do that, and the athleticism, too, to be able to make that shot.
So it's a 9-point game. Phillies basketball. Look at that. How about Burke? Fresh legs. And a better pass. The finish not there. But Gorillick fights for an offensive rebound jump ball, and it will stay with the Lady Spartans. 2 things on that one series by Olivia Burke. Very impressive.
Yeah, not only the steal and then be able to make that pass down.
Very impressive. She's only a sophomore, too, so you talk about this team returning everybody but Caitlin Himes. They've already have back-to-back championships. If they finish strong this year, this could be a complete era, of a class dominating the Schuylkill League.
Yeah.
Great finish. Plebins had a good third quarter, 5 of her 7 points, back to a 7-point game.
Yeah, Marian is not going away.
And there's razzle-dazzle.
That's that athleticism that you could finish on the slice, coming through, leaning, kissing it off the glass.
That's the second terrific finish.
Oh, we got the ball.
Rebound. Board, I got it, Coach. I got you. Hey, look at that pass, huh? I ripped that thing. But I tell you, I talk about Burke and that, but then the athleticism on Wetzel, that's her second finish in traffic, using the backboard.
I'll tell you, there's some good genetics working there. She is an aunt that went for Virginia Tech and was a really good player back in the day for them.
Minchoff had to collect and fire, knocks it down. Carly Minchoff from the corner.
Marian Catholic, it's quiet. They're hanging around. They got only down 6, and there's an open lane for Gorillik to drive, and a good solid finish right there. That's a good take.
Took it right to Titkova, then at the last second faded away. And every time the Phillies have had an answer, the Lady Spartans have answered. Minchoff again follows her miss. Minchoff high off the window. No good, but I like her aggressiveness. You know, she had that one missed bunny earlier, and she's right back at it on the offensive end. So back and forth, and now the team's making a few more baskets than they did in the first quarter in a real nice pace. Man, smooth touch, Wetzel.
She had to catch it and released it and bring it down. As soon as she caught it was going right back up. Real good look right there. Remember
we were talking halftime stats. I said, you know, Wetzel's only got 3. They haven't needed her because they've got a balanced attack. So she's answered with 6 points here in the third quarter.
She must have heard us.
Yeah. I got to keep my numbers up. It's hard in a 32-minute game to average 15.5 points.
Yeah.
You would know a little more about that than would I, Coach.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got that right.
And terrific defense again. Gorillik tough, leading the break. Wetzel right in there again.
Nice kick out.
That's a good look inside by Maddie Hall. No hesitation and able to help draw a foul. It's on Titkova, and we'll get a full timeout. So both teams having answers, still a 10-point game, kind of where we were to begin this quarter, but the shots going down a little bit more regularly right now.
Yeah, and I think that was a good timeout by Coach Fritz right now, with it being a 10-point lead by North Schuylkill, and North Schuylkill with possession underneath.
This is the point of the broadcast. We not really embarrassed, but we sing praises to Corrine Fritz right here, because I talked about scoring and having a knack for scoring. 1,240 while playing for North Schuylkill, and then another 1,064 at Blooms. So if I'm doing my math right, that's 2,300 points. That's a lot of scoring.
I like to put the ball in the basket.
I do too. I just didn't have that kind of numbers.
I thought I was pretty good at defense too. I actually prefer playing defense. And Coach LeFay Hope, if he was here right now, he'd tell you the same thing. I was probably a better defensive player than offensive player, but somehow I found the hoop from time to time.
And you're also part of that team. I talked about earlier how this has been a Schuylkill league that has been dominated by North Schuylkill over the years. You were part of that run when I guess you were the first, maybe 3 in a row when you were there. Is that right?
We won 3 out of 4. And yeah, that was really when North Schuylkill Lady Spartans, I think, took hold in, the Schuylkill League. And then legendary LeFay Hope just had a recipe. And he preached defense, and you could see it's something that's still coming through today with Coach Wetzel and their defensive pressure and the way they play the game and how hard they play the game as well.
So 2 minutes to go, 10-point game. The shot's no good, but look at the fight. Gorillik right down for an offensive rebound. She has really blown up here middle portion of this game.
Yeah, she finds herself in the right place at the right time also. And she's real aggressive, strong inside, gets some easy looks, putbacks.
Phillies had cut it to 6, and all of a sudden it has ballooned back to 12. Do they have another answer here in the waning moments of the third quarter?
Yeah, it's a big possession here to get a quick score. And unfortunately, they do turn the ball over with 1:21 to go.
Martinelli had been demanding the ball. Reminder that DM2 Security joining the broadcast team tonight, locally owned and operated security company presently serving most of Pennsylvania. Get that right one of these days. I'll tell you more about them, but right now they work into the paint. Gorillik, having a big second half, is fouled on her way to the rack. It's on Martinelli.
Gorillik's coming to the line. She's a 46% foul shooter on the season, 31 of 67. Getting herself 2 free throws.
Smooth shot. 5 in the third quarter, 12 in the game. Remember, she didn't score in the first quarter, so she's done a lot of her work here in the middle portion of the basketball game.
You know, and that's the funny thing about sports, especially basketball. You never know. A different player can step up at different times and get hot and start, you know, really finding their groove at different times. And that's what's nice about having 5 different players on the floor.
Yeah, there's no fall off if one player is not scoring, because then there's player number 2, then 3, then 4, and how about this one? That one's from back from the Lehigh Valley, but an offensive rebound, and Takova can't get it to go. And credit the effort by Minshaw fighting to keep it alive for a third opportunity at points this possession. But they can ill afford to miss a couple of these bunnies now that they've missed a few of here in the third quarter. Nice look inside, but the shot no good. And now Takova is down. Oh, traveling violation there.
Yeah, she had an open look, and she was so excited to get to pass that inside. She kind of took 2 steps there. Had the right idea. You can't fault her for that. She had the right look. Just got to keep those feet set.
Here is Minshaw. Bullseye! They needed a basket, and Minshaw came up huge.
They sure did. 20 seconds to go in this third quarter.
She's got 9 for the game, a half a point shy of her season's average with 13 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Good idea. The execution not there, and the Phillies get a big stop. Down 11, you'd love to see, if you're a Moravian Catholic coach here like Damian Fritz, then at least get a chance at a shot off here with 5.1 to go.
Yeah, North Schuylkill extending this full court pressure to make sure that doesn't happen near steal.
Minshaw has had the confidence, will fire from deep and come up short. But still, big stop.
Yeah, and that was a nice attempt for them to even get that shot off. It was a good look. And, like we said before, Marian Catholic, they have a strong history of really good girls basketball over the years, many, many years. So these teams have battled before, and Marian Catholic, with the pride they have in their program, they're not going to go away. They're going to keep battling.
Well, it's been exciting, and Minshaw looks like she's not going to let this one slip through her fingers after a big third quarter. Let's take a quick break, and we're back with quarter number 4, game 1 of our doubleheader on your D11Sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
St. Luke's knows that trust is the foundation of all relationships. It's earned over time. It's the type of relationship you should have with your healthcare team. While our healthcare needs are different, one thing is constant. St. Luke's is focused on building a lasting relationship with you, earning your trust and putting your well-being first. When it comes to great healthcare, trust is essential. St. Luke's, the care you trust, now more than ever.
Matt Province, Corinne Fritz back with you here courtside at Marks Hall for game 1 of our doubleheader, the semifinal girls basketball Schuylkill League Championship at stake here. We'll see Tri-Valley and Jim Thorpe in our evening game. Another long 3. Bullseye! How about the range from Ashley Plebin?
That's a nice way to start the fourth quarter. What do you think?
Every time you feel like maybe the Lady Spartans are going to start pulling away, the Phillies have had an answer. Now, can Hall respond? No. And a rebound by Minshaw. Oh, bad pass intercepted there by Mangle. She's had about a handful of steals. Maybe a travel there. But the pass goes right back to Mangle, who puts it in.
That's a nice look for Mangle to give it. Sometimes if you give that ball up early, you get it right back. So that was a good look.
I will say that the Lady Spartans have done a really nice job. Anytime the Phillies seem to have a chance at getting some momentum, the door shuts quickly on that run.
Yeah, they can't get stops, and here's another three-point attempt.
Titkova kept it alive. Martinelli gets it back. Can't get it to go, and off and running is Wetzel. Nearly a steal there. Ill-advised pass, but it will stay with the Lady Spartans. Yeah, now the extra pass up by 10 with 6:41. Maybe you better really get it through if you're going to make it, right? All no good. Offensive rebound, and Gorilik so tough here tonight.
Yeah, not only the points, but the rebounding. She's done a heck of a job on the boards. And she's not an overly tall, big girl either. She gets off her feet and makes a lot of good things happen.
Martinelli, no. And look at the work there. Mengel using her energy to get that rebound, but may have thrown it a little too far. It's a turnover.
And again, that's something that as a coach, you're up 12. Do you really need to push right there? You know, settle down, make them play defense. Your clock is your best friend right now.
.12 game. It was 6 midway through the third quarter. Then the Lady Spartans went back on a run. Minchoff. Offensive rebound by Digris. Minchoff again with contact is going to get a trip to the free throw line. See, this is what I like about Minchoff, though, is that she has been very tough and she has not wavered with her effort. She's still trying to fire and get her team back in the game.
Well, and being down 12, you got to keep battling, and that's what she's that type of player. Very competitive. Her competitive juices are flowing. Makes the first. She's 61% foul shooter.
2 of 3 today, so that's been big. Here's another big one to try to make it a 10-point game inside of 6 minutes to go. Connects on both. Big shots there. 11 points for Carly Minchoff. Hard to remember that she's just a sophomore. She plays like she's been 4 years under head coach Damian Fritz.
This is a big possession. Marian needs a stop right here. A good defensive possession.
Gorilik, no. Offensive rebound attempt, no for Wetzel. Martinelli. Martinelli goes all the way to the rack. Martinelli, the finish. Oh, my. All the way through, whittling through like some firewood. Mengel always there. Keeps it alive. Another chance for the Lady Spartans until Minchoff steals it away.
Yeah, that foul's going to be on Mengel. Trying to tie her up.
That was a big basket by Martinelli, who had been frustrated, had not yet scored in this game.
And she kind of hesitated off that dribble and then had that explosion that kind of got her ahead of that defender. It was a nice move, nice finish. North Schuylkill with that full court pressure again.
Point of a game where the Phillies can ill afford a turnover. They very patiently get it across the timeline. Digris steps back. Minchoff.
Guess who?
Offensive rebound, fouled again hard. Nearly had a chance at a three-point play, but Carly Minchoff has her construction cap on, her work boot. She's going to business down there.
She sure is. And scoring points with the clock stopped. Never hurt anybody. 4:43 here in the fourth quarter. She's composing herself, taking some deep breaths, and she's been on the floor a lot tonight. I'm not even sure she came off, honestly.
Except for when the imposter Alyssa Nunez was wearing the uniform for about 4 minutes there when I had my jersey number wrong. Hey, 4 of 5 from the line, though. You know, big game, big spot. You talked about her being a 61% free throw shooter earlier, but now stepping up when the time is of the essence for the Phillies season game, at least for the league title chance. 4 for 4 now in this quarter, and she continues to carry this team 13 points offensively tonight. It's going to be on Plebin. But back to 6. You know, it keeps going from 12 to 6, from 12 to 6.
Yeah.
Can they make that run complete by cutting it down even more? This has been the spot where they've been stuck at. Olivia Burke has checked back in. Here's a turnover. Digris on the poke free from Plebin. And a big three-pointer, in and out, no good. Offensive rebound, and there's a finish It's Titkova, a big offensive rebound, a 4-point game. Hall answers.
Oh. Nice finish by Hall. Nice look from Maddie Wetzel to get that for an easy bucket to get it back to 6.
And a costly turnover. It was the first time since probably the first quarter they were within 4. They were down 12. They whittled away to 4. And then the finish by Hall, and now the turnover. And with 4 minutes to go, we've got a nice game, Coach. Down to the wire here for Martz Hall, game 1.
Good start to the night like this.
Oh, Wetzel nearly made it on a circus shot.
Yeah, I thought that was going to drop.
I almost expected it to, the way she's finished here in the second half. A lot of heavy legs. Here's Martinelli, puts up the 3. It's off the mark. Titkova, another offensive rebound. And another opportunity here. Plebin from downtown. Got it! Holy Toledo, Ashley Plebin! We've got ourselves a one-possession game, Coach.
That's a great shot. And I don't even think she caught that ball real clean. When I watched it go into her hands, and she kind of fumbled it, and I was great shot.
13 points. Third three-point dagger tonight for Plebin, and an answer. Wetzel off the baseline.
That's one thing about North Schuylkill. They have the answer tonight. Just when you think they're going to cut into that and cut the lead down, they always have an answer to come back.
And a turnover.
Costly
Big
turnover.
And this is what the Lady Spartans have done. Burke goes up hard, draws contact from Plebin. They made it a little bit more dangerous by letting that lead shrink to 3, but again, the ability to answer back has been remarkable so far tonight from Rich Wetzel's troops here.
Yeah, unfortunately, Marian coming down and turn the ball over. North Schuylkill's going to make it. They're going to make you pay when you turn the ball over. They really are.
Burke had been a 59% free throw shooter coming in. That was her first attempt tonight. She has been a very nice spark off the bench for Coach Wetzel. That one good. 6-point game.
Coach Wetzel taking a full timeout. Probably a good timeout here with 2:47 to go, up 6. Trying to think about what they want to do defensively here, and then closing out the last 2:47 here.
So down to the wire we go, and credit the Phillies, credit Coach Fritz. This game was a 12-point game not long ago, and they are right back in it. So down the wire we go. And you look at the standings, you talk about a team in Marian, albeit in Division III, really was what, Jim Thorpe and North Schuylkill were in Division I. They had some threat from Monterey area, but for the most part, solid year. And they're trying to complete what would be a run for their first ever Schuylkill League title.
Yeah, and even looking at the game, our follow-up game here, Tri-Valley 10-3. Excuse me, taking on Jim Thorpe. Jim Thorpe obviously undefeated. Had beaten North Schuylkill twice during the regular season. So we'll see what happens here, but you never know if they're going to meet up for a third time here. I guess we're going to find out very shortly.
I think in the back of our minds, we almost expect a collision course for a third meeting.
Possibly. They do have to get through Tri-Valley yet, but that's why you play the game. You get here and see what happens, and the last two standing. We'll have a nice Friday night championship game for sure.
And Marian Catholic says, hey, hold your horses because we're not done here.
Yeah, true.
Remember, DM2 Security is a locally owned and operated security company presently serving all of Pennsylvania. They provide all phases of security services for your home and business. They offer free estimates and have very competitive pricing and superior customer service. Let DM2 Security start protecting you today. Check them out on the web at dm2security.com. It's a small price to pay for your peace of mind. Plebin couldn't get that one to go after sinking a shot to make it a 3-point game not too long ago. Still time, 2:31.
I'll look to see if North Schuylkill is going to be a little bit patient here, run some time off the clock with this 6-point lead. Marian still sitting in that zone.
It'll stay with the Lady Spartans here, 2:12 to go. Yeah, their pace is always up-tempo.
Yeah.
A lot of transition, quick shots. Now to ice a game, they've got to kind of play a different style than what they're used to, at least, most important games that they've played in, high-intensity games they've played in this year. nearly turned over. Great effort by Plebin. It'll stay with the Lady Spartans.
Now it's going to be interesting here. If North Schuylkill pulls the ball out, are they going to match up or are they going to sit back in that zone? Marian has to make some choices here in those last 2 minutes. Looks like they're going to stay in this zone for another possession. And North Schuylkill could honestly just hold the ball out and move it around. But I don't know if North Schuylkill, they really like to score though.
And at what point do you start fouling if you are the Phillies?
They got 2 to give.
Well, force a turnover with that one.
Right.
Martinelli off the hustle by Minchoff. Martinelli all the way down. One-hander up and in. It's Martinelli. Martinelli having a good fourth quarter here.
And with that, Coach Wetzel's not happy about that turnover. Got a timeout.
Back to a 4-point game, Coach.
It's like a 30-second timeout. Or no, it's going to be a full timeout.
Frankie Martinelli, just a sophomore, averaged 9.3 points per game this year, and all 4 of her points tonight have come here down the stretch in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and nothing bigger than that one to get this lead cut, 47-43. And they just won't go away. They can't put the nail in the coffin. They just playing with a lot of grit and heart. Marian Catholic trying to battle.
Rich Wetzel's thinking it's like one of those bad 80s horror movies, right? The villain, we've put a dagger in them, we've shot them, we've put them in the bottom of a lake, and yet they somehow keep coming back.
So here now, a minute 29. Now I'm thinking they have to almost match up man-to-man at this point and also be instructed, when they might have to foul because they only have 14 fouls.
Tough assignment there for Tiktova. And a little keep away here as the ball gets back into the hands of Mangle.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Open look. Oh, Heim says, no, we'll kick it out. Kick it back out.
So at this point to go, like you said, they still have to foul 2 more times to get into that single bonus.
I think now he's gonna match up because they can't look for the double now. They just got to play man-to-man and hopefully create a turnover here quick.
Yeah. Almost a turnover. Good save by Hall. Getting a little disjointed here, and you hear Coach Fritz on our microphone wants the foul. It's down to 48 seconds, and Titkova with the foul.
And that's only team 6. They have another one to give before they put North Schuylkill on the line.
Second on Titkova. They can ill afford to lose her.
Coach Wetzel will take a 30-second timeout to discuss, obviously, on that next possession. Marian's going to, I would think at this point, you almost have to foul, get them on the line, give yourself some offensive opportunities.
Yep. Yeah, I would agree. Obviously, the pace for the Lady Spartans was to be kill time. They had an open look, passed it back out to kill more time. Understandable, no shot clock. Have a 2-possession lead. So now fouling, and then it's going to be the Lady Spartans from the free throw line. And if you're wondering, as a team, they shot 70%.
Yeah, they're a good foul shooting team. And you have to get the ball in. Obviously, there are certain people that you want to have the ball, get the ball to. Maddie Wetzel being one of them, being a 79% foul shooter.
Meanwhile, Gorillick's only shot 46%, but tonight's gone to the line, hit 3 of 3. So you never know.
Yeah, sometimes those statistics, it just depends on those games.
Here's the foul. Martinelli will
have a 101.
Get us our first shot. It's going to be, it is Gorillick, right? That foul, was it Gorillick? No, it was Himes, yeah.
Himes is 73% shooter. So, all the players actually on the court right now, I wouldn't have any problem with them going and step into the line. And I'm sure that's why Coach Wetzel has this particular group of 5 on the floor at the end of the game.
Missed, and an offensive rebound. What a break initially for the Phillies, and then right back to the Lady Spartans. Third on Titkova. And now you've got Mangle, who has been a 76% free throw shooter, 1 of 2 tonight.
She hits the front end of that 101. I will tell you that it's pretty intimidating shooting foul shots with the student body through that clear glass.
No doubt. No doubt.
But she does nail the first one. She'll be coming back after this timeout for a second shot.
And she's got 10 points tonight. Perfect time to remind you about our primary sponsor, St. Luke's, which has the region's largest sports medicine providing network covering more than 200,000 student enrollment and 40,000 student athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, covering 8 counties and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care. And for the next 36.6 seconds, North Schuylkill is going to have extraordinary care of the basketball.
That is true. Very true. Let's see, Cameron Mengel coming in, 1,000-point score. Over 1,000. She came into the night with 1,142 points as a junior only, and she's looking to tack on another point to that total.
1 of 2. Titkova the rebound and a foul. Had that been a held ball, it would have gone back to the Lady Spartans.
And North Schuylkill with fouls to give, so that's really not all that harmful to North Schuylkill at this point in time.
Trying to find an open shot. Taking a while. Good defense by Maddie Hall. Corner 3, Minchov, no good, but Digris has an offensive rebound. Still alive, 16 seconds to go. Martinelli, bullseye, timeout, 2-point game.
Wow. What a nice kick out. She had caught it clean, stepped right into it. Beautiful look.
Frankie Martinelli has done all her scoring in the fourth quarter. How about that catch, shoot, connect?
We got ourselves a real good one here. Hey, and you think about North Schuylkill and those missed foul shots. And that's, as a coach, that's one thing. That's always, when you have evenly matched teams like this, at this point in the season, it's the little things, the hustle play. That jump ball that coulda, shoulda, woulda been, that's a difference, sometimes you look at that and you start really analyzing the game. It's not only just one possession, but it's a bunch of little things. And foul shooting, oh my goodness, so critical at the end of games.
And they're going to have more opportunities, or they could have more opportunities, 12.1 seconds left, so they're going to have to get them on the line quickly. But if they don't make both free throws, you're looking at a one-possession game at worst.
Right.
For the Phillies. Now you got to grab the rebound.
Sure. And I'm sure Marian's going to let it come in. Let's see if we could get the foul, or if we could get a steal first before you commit the foul. So we'll see what happens here. It looks like they're matching up.
And then conversely,
man.
At what point then would the Lady Spartans foul with fouls to give to disrupt the chance at a three-point shot? There's your foul, 9.1 to go. So there's a lot of things going on here, a lot of variables.
So Mengel having some big foul shots here. So we're still in the one-on-one with Marian having only 9 team fouls.
What a huge shot here. And if you're the Phillies, you've got to box out. Nope, you don't have to. She makes it. 11 points for Mengel. Came in averaging 15. Oh, smooth. So a 2-possession game. Those were 2 huge free throws. And a turnover with 5.4 ticks might do it. But the way it's been tonight, you can't count the Phillies out.
No, we can't. No.
Just
that's
when you think
for sure.
they're
That's
buried.
for sure.
And there's the foul with 4.3 to go. It'll send Maddie Wetzel to the line.
And she's guaranteed 2 shots on this as a Marian committed 10 team fouls.
It's also the 4th on Plebin. Significant because if the Phillies want a 3-point shot, that's one they go to. She led the team with 41 of them throughout the course of the season at a very incredible 47% clip. 5-point game. Wetzel's made both of her free throws today. One came on an end one back in the first quarter. 12 points for Wetzel. 5-point lead. That one no good. And North Schuylkill holds on in what was a very exciting game. A lead of 12 got sent down back to 2. But the Lady Spartans will advance to the finals and have a chance to three-peat. They win today here in the semifinals, 51-46 over Marian Catholic. How about that one, Coach?
That was a good opener. Very, very well played game. Both teams' players played with a lot of heart. And you can see the disappointment in the Marian Catholics, but they have to be very happy with the season they've had. Of course, they're moving on to districts, and I'm sure you're going to hear some good things, and they'll be making some noise in the district tournament.
Yep, and the team that had started 14-3 and then finished 14-1 with their only loss coming at South Williamsport after a 10-game winning streak. So they still have a lot to play for moving forward after tonight's game. And let's see, we're going to have a coach and our star of the game. You can really take your pick for North Schuylkill because so many great performers. And, whether you go with Cameron Mangle or Savannah Garillick, those two played incredibly well tonight. Mangle played a heck of a defensive effort. Garillick down the stretch provided a lot of scoring with 8 points in the second half. And we'll hopefully hear from one of those players here shortly. We have our reporters on the scene, of course, between Casey and Jacob. So hang with us here in between games at D11sports.com. I don't want to start previewing the next game, but for North Schuylkill, maybe a good thing to have a little bit of resistance. You know, they had a test tonight. They didn't just squeak through this one and have maybe false mojo going into Jim Thorpe game. They had to earn this one and pull this one out.
Yeah, absolutely. And not surprising, I think, as you've seen as the season has gone on, Coach Fritz doing a really good job in his first season taking over. Obviously, he has a lot of experience being the head coach and assistant coach for the boys programs, and he's been around the game and knows how to coach. So it's no doubt that they were gonna come here ready and prepared to play and give North Schuylkill all they can handle. So North Schuylkill definitely 5-point win, 51-46. We're on site getting ready for Jim Thorpe and Tri Valley.
I got good news. We do have head coach Rich Wetzel's over there, and so Rich stuck around, and so let's send it down now to Jacob for a post-game interview.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
What were your thoughts on the game?
No, first half defensively we only gave up 14. That's where we wanted to be. In the second half we gave up a little too many, but they made some threes and they got too many second shots on us in the second half.
With less than 2 minutes left, Marian rallied back and you called a timeout. What did you say to your players in that timeout?
Just about composure at that point in time. Execute on the defensive end, make sure we rebound the ball, keep playing the way you're playing. But the most thing you call that timeout for is just make sure your kids compose themselves a little bit. It's not the end of the world. We're still winning the game.
Good luck on Friday.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Jacob, and thanks to Coach Rich Wetzel, who gets the victory and has a chance at a three-peat on Friday to play the winner of our next game in our D11 Sports doubleheader tonight between Tri Valley of Division III and Jim Thorpe of Division I here in the Schuylkill League. And remember, these are students doing our sideline reporting. It's an awesome opportunity, something that you won't find in any other place maybe in the country. So if you're a student from District 11, one of the schools, and you're interested in broadcasting, journalism, or photography, check out D11sports.com. Follow your dream and get close to the action as you take part in our student internship program. For more information, contact your athletic director or reach out to Al or Dave at D11sports.com. Well, that should wrap us up for Game 1, Kareem, but if that was any indicator of the night of basketball we're in for, buckle up for Game 2.
Yeah, I hope so. And this is, like I said, it's not. This is a great way to spend a Tuesday night, a cold Tuesday night in February, in here watching these student athletes compete.
Sure is, and in a great venue, as we've talked about here at Martz Hall. So we'll step aside. When we come back, we're going to have Game 2 of our semifinal doubleheader for you. I do want to thank Steve Toth, of course, the D11 president in Pottsville here for hosting us. We've got a great seat calling some great basketball here for D11sports.com. So, Steve, we thank you. And then our team here, Jack is working the camera up top. Our producer, Kevin Connolly, always on the ball. And, of course, our two sideline reporters, our students, one from Lehighton, Casey Wallace, the other from Weatherly, Jacob Parker, doing a great job learning the craft. For Kareem, for this game, I'm Matt Province saying Thanks for watching this production of D11sports.com presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. Game 2 coming up next from Arts Hall.